everyone. This is Omar from Trinity Trading Partners. I wanted to do a short video here to talk about where we're at now that we've had two trading days post Jackson Hole last Friday. Last Friday we had the Jackson Hole meeting where Powell gave a press conference and it kind of shot the markets higher Friday morning. And we've had 2 days to sort of digest that move. And I want to talk about a couple scenarios here and go over sort of our main charts and a couple sectors that are lining up for some good trades here into the end of the week. I also want to talk about where I think charts start to fail um, because we are heading into that September seasonality where we tend to see more of a bearish move, correction, and price. All right, so let's hop into it. This is the SPX. So I've got our sort of key levels mapped out, and I also have the 20-day Bollinger Bands. So this green line here is the 20-day moving average. The bands around it are the two standard deviation uh, prices along the 20-day moving average based on um, previous price action. So more volatile price action widens the band. Um, Less volatile price action narrows the bands, right? Okay, so where are we at? Zoom in here. This is the daily chart. This was the Jackson Hole candle. We had a couple days so far of just trading within the candle body so far. Um, and so double inside day essentially. Uh, Overall, I was a little concerned about the price action starting on Monday. If we zoom in on the hourly chart here, let's take this off. Um, we really had a kind of a soft move lower, and we broke this key level here, 64.46, which I wasn't too happy about. Um, but we recovered quite well, and um, now we're kind of back above, getting close to that all-time high again. So overall, the general market S&P 500, which is what everyone watches for the overall strength of the market, looks good. Everything held. The next thing to look out for is to see if we can get through that candle here and hit a new all-time high, potentially getting to 6,500, 6,520 on a breakout. Okay, so now let's go to the QQQ, NASDAQ 100. Similarly, throw the 20-day on. Uh, QQQ is holding the 20-day, but this has been showing a lot of relative weakness, right? So compared to SPX, which is kind of near the all-time high, QQQ still has quite a ways to get there. It really needs a strong move. And the thing to watch out for this week is going to be NVIDIA earnings tomorrow at the close. So Wednesday, uh, August 27th close. Watch out for NVIDIA earnings to see how QQQ reacts and how NVIDIA reacts, because that's probably going to decide the rest of the week and probably into September, honestly, um, given that Jackson Hole is now behind us. So, levels to watch out for. If we can get through this 57,450 area, we got a shot back to all-time highs. And, if NVIDIA has good earnings, I mean, we can certainly see a breakout to all-time highs on QQQ. Um, but, generally speaking, this is showing relative weakness, and QQQ has the, biggest companies in there. So if we see QQQ weakness, we start trading under the 20 day, start testing this 560 area once again, we're going to see a broader sell-off most likely into September. All right, Dow Jones. Dow Jones had a really nice breakout on Jackson Hole. It got through the all-time high at near 452 on the DIA, um, and ran 5 points, 5 to 6 points intraday. However, the Monday, Tuesday following looked kind of concerning. We almost got back down to that 452 today, and we kind of got a stick save with a strong close at the end of the day. And yeah, just generally speaking, I think this is something to watch out for. If the Dow Jones gets back into back under this 452 breakout area, you could see a sort of cascading sell, um, just wiping out this entire range up here back to 446, and then the 20 days sitting there. And if that breaks, we can certainly test 440, 439. Because what you know, fake breakouts at all-time highs can cause a pretty big reversal once it fails. So definitely keep an eye on this idea. However, for now, things are holding up, so that looks okay for now. All right, let's talk about small caps. IWM, big breakout again on Friday. The similar to Dow Jones, this is the level to watch out for the downside. It was a little weak on Monday. However, we never really broke down too much. And today, all day long, was pretty strong. So that was really good to see IWM get bought up, because this tends to fail quite a bit, um, for getting everyone sort of excited. So yeah, let's see if it can get through this 235 area. Um, it still has a ways to get to all-time high, so there's plenty of levels here to trade. If IWM sort of starts to run and QQQ takes a pause, takes a breather, you could see a lot of names sort of rip higher uh, with the index, and those kind of names can be pretty fun to trade. And um, a lot of them run 20% intraday. You can definitely make some money on small caps. So this will be interesting to see if we can continue to see strength in small caps. There's definitely some good trades setting up there. Um, okay, I want to go over a couple of sectors as well. I won't have levels drawn on here, but I just want to talk about a couple different ones. So we'll start with tech. Again, this is going to look exactly like QQQ, right? It's sitting right at its 20-day, showing relative weakness against some of the other sectors that we'll go over. Um, Again, with QQQ, similar to QQQ, like NVIDIA earnings on at the close tomorrow is really what's going to dictate the next move here. But currently, it's showing relative weakness. If we do see a downturn in the market, uh, it might be worth a shot to target the tech sector for shorts. All right, let's go over a more exciting one. XLFs. This is the financial sector. Uh, really strong close today. I think technically a new high here. Um, so banks are looking really good. If you just go through a couple different names, GS, Citibank, JPM, JP Morgan, they're all really set up for some great breakouts here. If if we can move tomorrow, you could certainly see really nice trades there. So that's something to watch out for tomorrow at the open, is the financial sector and banks. They're definitely an exciting trade if the breakout sticks tomorrow. One more maybe. Oh, I want to go over industrials. Okay, so this one's interesting because obviously it's at the highs. So stocks like Caterpillar, DE, John Deere, um, these names are sort of starting to cook here. Um, and yeah, definitely watching the sector for a move higher, especially if we see the Dow Jones so more relative strength against tech. Um, Industrials and banks and financial names, those are going to be two sectors that should move pretty nicely uh, post this Jackson Hole um, day. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. These are just kind of my thoughts. Just go back to SPX here. Um, Things look fine, right? There has been no sort of real reversal since Jackson Hole. I would not be bearish here. This is not something you want to short at the moment. I mean, the general index could be some individual names that you short, but as of right now, I would not consider any shorts until we start breaking down that 20-day moving average, start breaking down, if we trade under 64.46 for some time and start breaking down these levels 64.30, 64.10, then we can see that September move lower into maybe September OPEX, which is the third Wednesday, or sorry, third Friday of the month. So yeah, with that being said, hopefully you guys have this sort of framework in mind, and we'll see how we trade this week. Nvidia earnings. That's the next big thing. Then PCE on Friday. All right. Good luck in your trading week. And if you're in the Discord, I will see you guys all in the chat. Take care.